So here, what I'm doing now is I'm cleaning my pipe, because this is where I'm going to cut it, and I am doing what is known in the game as a snatch and grab. Do you know what I mean? Snatch and grab, because this system, I just clean this pipe off here, then I will explain it to you so you know. So I'm going to cut it there. Now I'm going to cut it there. So this system, this boiler is about 30-year old. Now chances are, if I drain it down and empty the boiler, I'm not going to get it back up. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm doing is I'm snatching and grabbing. So I've turned the feed, which goes upstairs, off, and then I'm going to open this valve here, and then I'm going to drain the water into a bucket till all the pressure goes out, till there's a little tank upstairs in the loft. Till that tank empties, it'll still fill up. So we'll drain it until it stops emptying and the pressure reduces. And then I've already got my copper ready with my cap on, which will be going there in the wall. And what happens is I'll be using plastic. I'll come round there. These two compression elbows I'm going to take off, so I've got nothing underneath the floor. Then I'm going to cut that, same again, elbow. I'm going to move them electric cables out of the way so they're not burning on that pipe, because that's not very good. Make sure that after I've cut it, I'll have a look at them and just make sure that they're not burnt through. This is where you got to watch the electric shock, because it might be touching. Do you know what I mean? So what I do is I send Lee in first, he checks it, and then I go in. Do you know what I mean? So we will see. So I will show you as soon as I'm snatching it. So what we're doing now is we're going to start the snatch and grab. Just get rid of the water. The pressures start going down. This might take a minute. Just pause that video while we get ready.
How do you pause it?
Just press it, red button. This might take a minute. We'll just drain it down, nice perseverance, and it'll start running flat. There, as you can see how slow it is now. Just going to drain a couple of more jugs out of it, and then we're going for the snatch. So what we're doing now is we set up. I'll be using plastic straight onto there. I've got a towel underneath there, and now we are going for a quick snatch. Thank you. Now, so we're going for a quick snatch, and that's how quick it is. Let's just get rid of these cables a minute, because some electrician, not my electrician, some electrician has messed about so much. What you got to remember is never ever panic. Never panic. You can watch all this on my YouTube channel. Never panic. Beautiful, like that. Easy as that. Watch it all on my YouTube channel. Just telling me TikTok followers to watch it all on my YouTube channel. Never ever panic, and that's it. It's done. We're live there. Beautiful. Now on to the next. Now this one's a bit more trickier, but I'm already set up for it, you know what I mean? So get a towel over there, make sure we don't cut a cable as we go. And then when I cut this and I want to stop it, and just move them cables out of the way, because they're tangled up with the pipework. Been like that for 30 years. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. But in your own job, you ain't got time. You ain't got time to mess about. Pull that out. Alright, let's get these cables out of the way. Out of the way. Right, that's it. It's done. It's done. It's done. Don't panic. Never ever panic. It looks like a lot of water, but it's not. That's it. It's dry. Pull the towel out. So, shall we?
You won't get it up because you've got...
That's what your lass keeps saying. You won't get it up. There we go. Virtually bone dry. Still dusty. And we've got his heating pipes bang on. Beautiful. And that is what you call a bit of plumbing. See, we moved them cables out of the way so they're not getting warm no more. They have been getting warm for the last 30 years. But we have solved that problem. And now all we need to do is switch the tank back on, get a plaster, bit of first aid, and that's it. Floor's going down. Tommy Lee's going to get this copper here because there's no chance he'll leave that. And that's another job done. Before I nail them back to the wall and fill them in, I'm just putting the heating on and firing it up, making sure it gets warm, and then I'm going to turn it off, make sure it gets cold, because if you're going to have a leak, that's when you're going to have it. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to leak now, the heating's cold. So let's fire it up, make sure we haven't altered out, make sure we haven't another fitting's gone or all like that before we put that bit of floor down. We're going to clean all this up. By the time that comes, we're going to be sweating, and then we'll turn the heating off. If it's all good, we'll put the boards that back down and we'll board it. Bish bash bosh, job done. And as you can see, we've tested them all. Beautiful. It's been red hot. Sometimes you alter fittings like that, and sometimes if that hadn't been soldered properly, it could break. So you're always better off warming it up first, then cooling it down, and then putting it on. Unfortunately, I can't do all with that because the electrician's come along and he's wrapped his cable right round that pipe. It's not a cable, it's only the earth cable, but it's not doing no damage, but I can't do naught with it. Can't make miracles, do you know what I mean? I've got them cables out of the way, so they're not touching any pipes. They're the electric cables, you don't want touching pipes, do you know what I mean? That's definite. So, it is beautiful. Now we'll crack on, we'll put the boards back, and we'll finish boarding it like that. Plenty of screws in it, this floor will never move. Right, it is time. Oh, what we're gonna do? What we're gonna do when they come for you? There we go. Floor's boarded. All we have to do now is clean up, and that's it. Floor's nicely boarded, plenty of screws in it, washers in it, beautiful. Beautiful. All we're going to do is clean it up now, seal around that, and then we're going to put the wet wall on tomorrow. And then it's going to look beautiful.